Hi, 2O. Today, I'm going to share a story titled Andrew's Loose Tooth. And just like yesterday's story, it's got some awesome information on the back and some pictures of what Robert Munsch and Michael Marchenko look like when this book was published. And they look sort of different than the last picture we saw of them. Every once in a while there's pictures on the back of the books and you see from when, like Paper Bag Princess, Robert Munsch was very young. And then Andrew's loose tooth, the gray hair. And then he gets to a point where he's like starts to lose his hair. But I love seeing their pictures. And I'll read the blurb on the back first. It says, first I'll read what it says about Robert Munsch. Robert Munsch is a storyteller who has written many books, including Pajama Day. Oh, we never got a chance to read that one. Makeup Mess and The Paper Bag Princess. He has told this story for a long time, and he always uses the name of a kid in the audience who has a loose tooth. The boy in this book is his own son, Andrew, who always hated when grown-ups messed around with his loose teeth. Now, Michael Marchenko, it says, Michael Marchenko drew all the time when he was a kid, except when he was reading comic books or watching funny movies. He went to art school so he could keep on drawing, and now he creates picture books full time. He has illustrated dozens of books, including We Share Everything, we read that, and Finding Christmas. I've never heard of that one, and I don't think it's a Robert Munsch story. It might be another popular story from Canada. Now, at the top, let's read the blurb. When Andrew bites into his breakfast, he yells, "Yow, Mommy, Daddy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much I can't even eat my apple." His mother tries to pull it out. His father tries to pull it out. The dentist tries to pull it out, but Andrew's tooth just won't budge. Now they're going to have to call a real expert. A very funny and very different loose tooth story from the author of Love You Forever and Alligator Baby. And that's the story I'm going to read to you today, called Andrew's Loose Tooth. And we know what the dedication's going to be to. It's going to be to Andrew Munsch from Guelph, Ontario. And this is a cute story. Enjoy. For a rainy Friday. When Andrew came downstairs, there were 3 big red apples in the middle of the table. And even though he had a loose tooth, he decided to eat an apple. So he reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, took a bite, and yelled, "Yow! Mommy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much I can't even eat my apple." That's exactly what we read in the back. Andrew's mother opened up his mouth and looked inside. Ooh, she said. "It's a loose tooth. I know what to do." She took hold of the tooth with both hands and pulled as hard as she could, but the tooth did not come out. "Oh, Andrew," she said, "I just can't get that tooth out. Why don't you try another apple? That might make your tooth come out." If you bite into an apple and then the tooth will get stuck into the apple. But that doesn't really feel that good. So Andrew reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, took a bite, and yelled, "Yow! Daddy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much I can't even eat my apple." So Andrew's father opened up his mouth and looked inside. Ooh, he said, "It's a loose tooth. I know what to do." He got a big pair of pliers and took hold of Andrew's tooth. Then he put his foot on Andrew's nose and pulled as hard as he could. But the tooth did not come out. "Oh, Andrew," he said, "this tooth is stuck. Why don't you try another apple? That will make your tooth come out." Oh, boy. I don't think he's interested in another apple. That's Taya from Something Good. I remember that story. That was for his youngest daughter. So Andrew reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, took a bite, and yelled, "Yow! Mommy, Daddy, do something about this tooth. That hurts so much I can't even eat my apple." So they called the dentist. Yeesh. Look at the dentist. The dentist came in a shiny black car. He opened up Andrew's mouth, looked inside, and said, Ooh, it's a loose tooth. I know what to do." pages are sticking together. Okay. He got a big long rope and he tied one end to Andrew's tooth. Andrew said, I know what you're going to do. I know what you're going to do. You're going to tie the end of the rope to the door and then you're going to slam the door. No, said the dentist. I'm going to tie it to my car. That's scary. He tied the other end of the rope to his car and drove away as fast as he could. When he got to the end of the rope, his whole car fell apart. Then the dentist stood there holding just the steering wheel. And look at Andrew and the dog are laughing. Then Andrew's mother and father and the dentist all said, Andrew, that tooth will not come out. You just can't eat your breakfast. Andrew sat out in the front yard looking very sad. His best friend Louis came along and said, Andrew, what's the matter? Oh, said Andrew, my mother can't get this tooth out. My father can't get this tooth out. The dentist can't get this tooth out, and I can't eat my breakfast. Ooh, said Louis. I know what to do. Louis went into Andrew's house and called the tooth fairy on the phone. The tooth fairy roared up right away on a large motorcycle. Andrew looked at the tooth fairy and said, if you think you're going to use that motorcycle to pull out my tooth, you are nuts. What do you think I am? Said the tooth fairy, a dentist? She pulled Andrew's tooth with one hand and the tooth did not come out. She pulled Andrew's tooth with two hands and the tooth did not come out. She got a large hammer off her motorcycle and clanged Andrew's loose tooth. The hammer broke in two pieces and the tooth still did not come out. Incredible, said the tooth fairy. This is the first tooth ever that I can't pull out. I guess you just can't eat your breakfast. Hold it, said Louis. I have an idea. Let's see what Louis comes up with. Louis went into Andrew's house and got a pepper shaker. Then he pushed back Andrew's head and sprinkled pepper in Andrew's nose. And Andrew went, achoo! And if you can see, he shot that tooth right out of his mouth. Good job, Louis. And sneezed that tooth all the way across town. Right through the newspaper. Right through an apple. But the tooth fairy still got her tooth. She was on it. She was after that tooth with a net. And there is Andrew and Louis eating plenty of apples at the end of the story. And that's the story of Andrew's loose tooth. That's a good one. That's a cute one because we've all been there. We've all had loose teeth. Okay, I hope you enjoyed your read aloud today. I hope you're enjoying Friday. And I'm going to post this read aloud early since you guys don't have a whole lot of work to do. Okay, enjoy your day, 2-0. Bye.